SQL. So we have the several subsection discussed in the SQL keywords, which are listed in the con- which are listed in the SQL queries and statements, and beyond that there are the text scopes. So in the SQL keywords we have different keywords: select, from, where, group by, order by, inner join, insert, update, delete. These are all the keywords of the SQL. But select is which retrieves the data from one or more tables. Select from, it is involved in the query and where it is required in every select. Where it is used for the selection which determines row to be retrieved or deleted or updated. So an optional in SQL query or SQL statement. Group by, for grouping rows, and then option is the select query. Order by, for ordering rows, and option is the select query. Inner join, merge rows from multiple tables. Insert, it insert rows in a specified table. Update rows in a specified table. Delete rows in a specified table. So in insert, update, delete is used to insert, update, delete rows in a specified table. But inner join is used to merge the rows. Order by, for ordering the rows. Group by, for grouping the rows for the selected thing. So these are the keywords of the SQL, and it has its own description and the usage of that. So in the SQL query, it has we can select the rows and columns from one or more tables in the database. Where basic form of select query is select from table name. In this, uh, asterisk, a wildcard character indicates that all the columns from the table name should be retrieved. To retrieve all the data in the author tables, we use select from authors. To specify columns, replace the asterisk with a comma separated list of the column names. Example: select author ID, last name from authors. So author's ID, last name. Sample author ID and last name from the authors table. So in general, like the process results by knowing in advance of the order of the columns in the result. For example, it selects the author ID and the last name from authors, ensures the columns will appear in the result with the author's ID as the first column and the last name in the second column. Programs typically process result columns which specifies the column number in the result. Uh, and it assumes the columns which are already returned in the same order from the query, which uses the asterisk, and it may process the results incorrectly. If the column order in the table changes, or if traditional columns are added at a later time, then the order of the columns in the result will change accordingly. Where clause. In most cases, only rows will satisfy the selection criteria which are selected. SQL uses the optional where clause in a query to specify the selection criteria of the query. So the basic form of the query and the selection criteria is select column name 1, column name 2, or something like that. To select the title, edition number, copyright columns from table titles for which copyright data is greater than the 2005, use the query. Select a title, edition number, copyright from titles where copyright. So it is delimited by the single rather than the double. Where clause criteria can contain the operators lesser than, greater than, lesser than, or equal to, greater than, or equal to, and approximately just like that. So title, the edition number, copyright. Where, so the clause where, for example, the operator like is used for the pattern matching with the wildcard characters with the person and underscore. And also it contains the person character, which research search for the strings which have the zero or more characters at the person character position in the pattern. For example, the next query locates the rows of all the authors whose last name starts with the letter D. The author ID, first name, last name. from authors where last name like D percentile. So D percentile is used for the last name which starts with the letter D. For example, if we say the D percentile, it goes with the last name which starts with the D. So the last name is title Paul Harvey. So in the table we do have the last name which starts with a D is three persons' names: Paul's, Harvey, and Harvey. As we can go through, show you. So here the author's ID. The last names we have five, three titles, one Morgano and Kern. But we selected the last name as D percentile, so it was gone through the last name which starts with a D. So as we can see, so the last name which starts with the D only are the Paul, Harvey, and Habib, and their ID numbers. So here the documentations of the database system is determine whether SQL is a case sensitive on your system or to determine the syntax for the SQL keywords. An underscore in the like pattern indicates a single wildcard and character at that position in the pattern. And it locates the rows of all the authors whose last name starts with any character followed by any number of additional characters first by the. So, for example, author's ID, first name, last name from authors where last name like O percentile underscore. So, underscore an underscore is a like pattern that indicates a single wildcard character at that position in the pattern. So, we didn't determine the first letter, but we have gone through underscore O percentile. So, the like second letter should be Morgan. Oh, so here the last name was start the in the last name the second letter O was given to the Morgano, as we can see. So in this thing, the second letter O was not there in any of the last name. Only the Morgano was there. So underscore Morgano, it goes with the Michael. Order by class. In in the order clause, the rows and the result of acquiring the rows in the result of a query, which can be sorted in ascending or a descending order, which uses the optional order by clause. The basic form of the query in the order by clause is select column name 1, column name 2 from the table name or order by column ACS. Select column name 1, column name 2 from table name order by column DESC, where ASC which represents the ascending order, DESC specifies the descending order. So So the column specifies the column on which the sort is based on. So to obtain the list of authors or in an ascending order by last name, use the query. So then we use the select author's name, ID number, last name, ASC. If we want to go with the descending order, then we go with order by last name, DESC. For the multiple columns used by the sorting with the order by clause is equal to is sorting order is either ASC or DESC. Sort all rows in ascending order by last name, then by first name. Then it should be order by the last name and first name. So Paul Deitel, Erica Morgano. So K is come before the M. So this is the ascending order. If you go for the descending order, Morgano can Deitel. That's the descending order. If it is go with the last name and the first name, the same way. uh, or and also where an order by class can be combined in one query. One is ISBN title edition, title edition, copyright from titles, where title like percentile, how to program, order by title ISC, which returns the ISBN title, edition number, copyright of each book, and the title table, which has the title ending with how to program and sort them in an ascending order by title.